Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Ravenous Spectre. Anyways, you guys have usually known me to do my Journey Onward videos from work while I was on my breaks. But unfortunately, Friday when I was actually going to do it, I ended up getting sick, so I couldn't make it to work that day, so obviously I couldn't make the video. So it just occurred to me now that here I am now, and I'm like, why didn't I end up making an update, to the Journey Onward series? It'd be nice if I put in a little sound effect or something in there, maybe make the screen shake when I say that. That would be pretty metal. Yeah. But anyways, here it is for the new episode, I guess you could say, of Journey Onward. Basically, knowing me, I haven't really set myself to playing one specific thing. And actually, today I got back into playing Just Cause 3, as a matter of fact, because it's always fun to see all the destruction and the explosions and the physics and all of that in that game. It's amazing. I mean, yeah, from what I've heard, the story isn't really up to par, nothing like that. It's not anything to write home about. But from what I've seen so far, it hasn't really been that way. But it's really just taking the time, to go in there, and if you have a little bit of time, to just go in and just blow shit up, pretty much. And that's probably one of the best things that I think that's about. It's probably the best thing that it does have going for it, which is the main thing that everybody's talked about. And there's just the fire is so pretty, and the destruction's amazing, and the physics are awesome. I mean, hell, tethering one guy and then tethering him to a tower and just yanking him right towards where the tower is standing up, and it knocks the tower down, and has the guy on top of the tower standing up there fall down with him. It's hilarious, nonstop fun for the whole family. Get on playing Just Cause 3, kids. Mommy and Daddy will love it. But yeah, it's definitely been something. I think that was kind of like a palate cleanser that I needed for myself, to be quite honest, because lately I've just kind of been playing stuff that's, I mean, I've kind of been bouncing back and forth. There hasn't really been like one specific thing I've really just been sticking with, because I've been going around so much. And one reason for that is it also boils down to my PlayStation 2. I actually dug that old bad boy out and ended up hooking her up, and ever since I mentioned in one of my previous videos about me getting the component cables, I've hooked her up and pulled out a bunch of games that I either haven't played in forever, or most of them are games I haven't even beat or really taken the time to really get into and play. And so I've been doing that, bouncing around here to there. I play a little bit of Shining Force, EXA or EXA, I guess you could say. E's the Ark of the Feastum, I guess that's how you say it. And Shadow Hearts Covenant. I've also played some of Grandia 3. Champions Return to Arms, like the Champions of Norad series, or like the Baldur's Gate series. I think those are two different series, but I believe they were made with the same engine. At least it sure does look like it to me, anyways. And a little bit of Maximo, the Army of Zen, as I mentioned before, in one of the previous pickups that I got in my previous video. So yeah, I just kind of been bouncing around a little bit between a few different things, playing a few different things. And I forgot to mention last time in the pickups video, there was actually a couple things that I didn't mention, which honestly I don't ever mention digital games. I never have. I don't believe I ever have, really, in terms of pickups, I guess you could say. But yeah, I've also been playing Sword Coast Legends off and on, which I think I did mention that in one of my previous, Journey Onward series videos. It was probably the first one, I think, that I had done that in. And I mean, I haven't really got back into it again, because I'm actually in a battle right now and getting my ass, like, wiped the floor with my ass. That didn't sound right. Let me rephrase that. My ass was getting wiped out, just no pun intended. Okay, I'll stop. You know what I mean. I was getting just wiped out completely, I guess you could say. Don't put ass in there, because that'd completely, screw everything up. But also, I've been gotten back into playing a little bit of Far Cry Primal as well. Far Cry Primal, yeah, it's kind of, it's kind of like with Just Cause 3. You have your moments where you want to play a little bit of that, and then you have your moments where you want to play a little bit of this. I haven't, like I mentioned before, I haven't really stuck with one specific thing lately. And I don't really know when I ever will, per se, I don't think. I'm kind of interested in World of Warcraft Legion coming out. I haven't played World of Warcraft in forever, and Legion seems like it might actually pull me back into the fold. I don't know, I'll have to see. I believe one of my other friends is actually going to end up getting into it again, to be quite honest. But when it comes to me, I'm not necessarily sure. I have to see. I've kind of gotten a little out of the paid subscription MMORPG space, to be quite honest. Just kind of tired of that. Ran my gamut with that, and that was that. But I've been playing Neverwinter, which I haven't played that much lately at all. because they still haven't fixed that bug, for God's sakes, where you go in and you can't log into your main character and it just crashes. Of course, there's just a few places in the game where it crashes, and unfortunately, I'm in one of those places. And I don't want to play an alternative character because I've already went through all the other previous quests. I mean, yeah, I'm dealing with a different class and a different character and all that, but different special moves and abilities and whatnot, but I don't want to go back through the same quest again. I don't. I need to change the scenery. I want to get back into my main character again, so, but anyways, oh, I've also actually got back into playing Persona 4 Golden, as a matter of fact, on my Vita, but if you see in my previous video, I've actually been doing the PlayStation TV deal with Persona 4 Golden, and really interesting to get back into that again. I actually finally got into a battle in the freaking game. For God's sakes, it seems like it took forever and a freaking day to just get in a freaking battle. So now it seems like it's really starting to take off. So I'm definitely interested in getting back in that again for sure. But there's just so many things that I've been bouncing around to here and there. It hasn't been one set thing. But yeah. So, oh, by the way, I've also been playing Skyrim on my PC. Yeah, fancy that. I finally got back into playing on my PC. I've been playing Skyrim on there. I've been playing it with mods, as a matter of fact. And some of them weren't working for me. Some of them did, and some of them didn't. There was one in particular that ended up having where you could, like, eviscerate your foes, which you could actually, I believe, you could decapitate your foes, but you had to level up a certain point to be able to actually do that, to decapitate your foes and I think chop their limbs off or something. I'm like, why can't this just be like it is in Fallout? Why can't I be able to do it like right then and there? I mean, seriously, you're doing it in melee, obviously. You're not doing it with a gun or something like that. I mean, yeah, obviously you can do that in melee and Fallout, but you're able to do it just like right then and there. I mean, why can't I do that in Skyrim? I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to make this be like a two-hander wielding warrior, and for God's sakes, some of the finishing moves I've been seeing this guy do, they should be like a bloody mess of nothing but limbs and blood and heads and guts and brains and shit all over the floor. And I'm like, why in the world am I not being able to inflict this type of damage, the things that I'm doing to these enemies, for God's sakes? But anyways, it's really good to get back into that game again. I really do like Skyrim. I really do wish that either Oblivion or Morrowind would get remade or remastered, if you will, with the tech of Skyrim, honestly, especially Morrowind, because Morrowind, apparently there was no fast travel. You didn't have any real journal or anything. I think you could keep your quests or things like that. I'm like, fuck that. Yeah, I got Morrowind like for a few dollars or something on PC, and I haven't even gotten out of the first town yet, if that tells you anything. I've been trying to actually look for mods to see if there might be like a fast travel mod, and obviously there's graphical enhancements, but like a fast travel mod would be great, and be able to have a journal and have all those your quests and everything up there, and have them just check a checklist and all that. And some people might say, well, does this really make you a hardcore RPG fan? No, it doesn't. No, that has nothing to do with it. The fact is I want modern conventions when it comes to RPGs nowadays. If you have the technology to do it, then freaking do it. And I would love to be able to see Morrowind go that route, I mean, you can explore open worlds without having to just go out there and be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You don't have any real objective or nothing. If you have a journal and you have like a checklist of things that you can go through, then what's it freaking matter? And fast travel's great. There's a whole bunch of freaking games out there, man. We need to have them try to be as concise as possible. Fast travel is really helpful in open world games. It is. You don't want to just waste time just going from one place to the other all the time. If you choose to do it, you choose to do it. But if you don't have to, then you don't have to. That's where fast travel is just amazing in open world games. I mean, seriously, people don't have a billion hours out of their lifetime or whatever to be able to just play games and open world games of like, I'm going to walk from this end of the map all the way to this end of the map to go to this quest, when you could just instantly fast travel in a few seconds from there to there. Bam, there you go. You saved yourself all the trouble. I swear, I don't know. I was getting a little off topic there, because some people are like, what, why can't you just go out and explore? You can go out and explore. But if I want to get from here to here like that, instead of going like this all the way from one end to the other, then I'm done. And hell, I'll probably finish half of the game before you even finish half of the journey to go to the first quest that you're supposed to be going to. Just freaking fast travel. It's not rocket science. For God's sake, shut up. You don't want to use it? Don't use it. You do? You do. All well and good. Don't bitch about it. If people want to use it, let them just freaking use it. Sorry. that's just a little message out there to all the hardcore purists out there. Like, I don't use fast travel, I actually explore. Well, I'm glad you have so many hours and you'll have to be able to do that with, Junior. It's like to quote Chris Jericho, you stupid idiot! Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and patch this up now and end this because this is the longest one I've actually done. And I think probably the reason was because of the fact of me actually being in front of my camera at home instead of me having such a limited amount of time on my phone memory getting filled up, and, you know, thinking coworkers are going to walk in on me and I have to pause it and start back again and all that crap, you know. So with me being on my work with me being on my work at break, with me being on my break at work and all of that, so, you know, oh well and good. But I'll go ahead and end this now. Later, taters.